Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Wednesday, April 24th, 2024. Today I'm going to recap the NBA and Stanley Cup playoff games, look ahead to tonight's playoff games in each sport, then baseball, soccer. We have reality TV to talk about, Idol, Masked Singer, and Survivor, my latest NFL mock draft, news and notes, and best bet. We'll start the NBA playoffs. We'll talk about the results from yesterday and look ahead to tonight's two games. T-Wolves over the Suns 105-93 take a 2-0 series lead. Pacers over the Bucks 105-108 to even up the series at 1 apiece. And the Mavs over the Clippers 96-93 to even up the series at 1 apiece. Tonight 7 o'clock on TNT, Heat Celtics Game 2. No Jimmy Butler, no Terry Rozier. My line is Celtics 17 3/4, so 223 4/5. And it is 14.5 and 202.5. Oh, way over. And then 9:30 on TNT, Pelicans Thunder. Minus the Thunder by 10 3/4, still 228 and 11-28, so 7.5 and 210. It's another over 2, but I think both home teams cover the spread as well. All right, Stanley Cup playoffs. We'll talk about the games from yesterday and look ahead to tonight's games. Rangers over the Capitals 4-3 to take a 2-0 series lead. Panthers over the Lightning 3-2 in overtime on a game winner by Carter Verhaeghe to take a 2-0 series lead. Avs over the Jets 5-2 to even up the series at 1 apiece. And the Predators over the Canucks 4-1 to even up the series at 1 apiece, with Thatcher Demko out for that game. All right, Game 3, 7 o'clock, ESPN, Bruins Maple Leafs from Toronto. Leafs minus 115, Bruins minus 104, over under 5.5, overs minus 128, unders plus 104. Bruins plus 1.5 is minus 265, Leafs minus 1.5 is plus 215. I'm taking the Leafs minus 115. 9:30 ESPN, Golden Knights Stars. Dallas minus 166, Vegas plus 138, over under 5.5, overs minus 136, unders plus 106. Vegas plus 1.5 is minus 194, Dallas minus 1.5 is plus 160. I'm going Dallas in regulation at minus 105. And at 10 o'clock, TBS Kings-Oilers Game 2. Oilers minus 182, Kings plus 150, over under 5.5, overs minus 140, unders plus 114. Kings plus 1.5 is minus 176, Oilers minus 1.5 is plus 146. That's a tough one. But I'm going to go with the Oilers in regulation again at minus 115. Okay, now we'll move on to baseball. We'll go over yesterday's game. We'll head to today's games. I think there's a few matinee games today. Guardians over Red Sox 4-1. Pirates over the Brewers 2-1. Reds over the Phillies 8-1. Dodgers over the Nationals 2-1. Tigers over the Rays 4-2, Yanks over the A's 4-3, Braves over the Marlins 5-0, Twins over the White Sox 6-5, Cubs over the Astros 7-2, Royals over the Blue Jays 3-2, D-backs over the Cards 14-1, Mariners over the Rangers 4-0, Rockies over the Padres 7-4, Angels over the Orioles 7-4, and the Giants over the Mets 5-1, so best bet wins. All right, 1:15 today, D-backs Cards. Jordan Montgomery and Kyle Gibson. D-backs minus 128, Cards plus 102, over under 8, overs minus 104, unders minus 118. D-backs minus 1.5 is plus 40, Cards plus 1.5 is minus 70, so Jordan Montgomery back in St. Louis. I like the over. 3:45, Mets Giants. Sean Manaea, Blake Snell. Giants minus 3, Mets plus 110, over under 7.5, overs minus 120, unders minus 102. Mets plus 1.5 is minus 96, Giants minus 1.5 is plus 162. Mets plus 110. They're going to avoid the sweep here. O's Angels at 4 o'clock. Dean Krummer and Tyler Anderson. O's minus 124. Angels plus 106. Over under 9. Minus 110 each way. O's minus 1/2 is plus 126. Angels plus 1/2 is minus 152. I'm taking the Angels at plus 106 as a home dog. 6 o'clock. Red Sox Guardians. Cooper Criswell and Carlos Carrasco. Guardians minus 136, Red Sox plus 116, over under 8, overs minus 105, others minus 115. Boston plus 1/2 is minus 200, Guardians minus 1/2 is plus 164, I like the over. Brewers Pirates, Bryce Wilson and Josh Fleming. Pirates minus 120, Brewers plus 102, over under 9, minus 110 each way. Brewers minus 1/2 plus 160. Pirates plus 1/2 is minus 200. So Pirates favored on the money line. Brewers favored on the run line. I like the under. Phillies Reds. Spencer Turnbull and Nick Lodolo. Reds minus 116. Phillies minus 102. Over under 8.5. Overs minus 118. Unders minus 104. Phillies minus 1/2 is plus 52. Reds plus 1/2 is minus 184. I'm going to go with the Phillies at minus 102. They're favored on the run line, but they're dogs on the money line. Makes sense to that. Dodgers Nationals 6:45. Landon Knack, Jake Irvin. Dodgers minus 188. Nats plus 158. Over under 9.5. Overs even money. Unders minus 132. Dodgers minus 1/2 is minus 115. Nats plus 1/2 is minus 104. Dodgers run line. 6:50 Tigers Rays. Jack Flaherty, Sean Armstrong. Rays minus 120, Tigers plus 102, over under 8, minus 110 each way. Tigers minus 1/2 plus 68. Rays plus 1/2 is minus 5, I like the over. 7 o'clock, A's Yankees. Joe Boyle and Clark Schmidt. Yanks minus 235, A's plus 188, over under 8.5, overs even money, others minus 122. A's plus 1/2 is minus 113, Yanks minus 1/2 is minus 105. I like the over even money. Joe Boyle stinks. Marlins Braves. Sixto Sanchez and Reynaldo Lopez. Braves minus 225, Marlins plus 188, over under 9, overs minus 120, unders minus 102. Marlins plus 1/2 and Braves minus 1/2 is minus 110 each way. I like the under. 7:30 White Sox Twins. Garrett Crochet and Joe Ryan. Twins minus 200, White Sox plus 168, over under 6.5, overs minus 115, unders minus 105. White Sox plus 1/2 is minus 40, Twins minus 5 plus 16. I like the over a lot. Astros Cubs. Spencer Argetti and Jamison Tyon. Pick a minus 180 each way, over under 8, overs minus 102, unders minus 120. Astros minus 1/2 is plus 76. Cubs plus 1/2 is minus 215. Getting the Cubs here in a pick'em is amazing. So the Cubs minus 180's the pick. They're better than the Stros right now. Jays Royals. Yariel Rodriguez and Alec Marsh. Meanwhile, it says Bryce Miller and John Gray on the... Oh, wait. I'm looking at the wrong game. Sorry, guys. Jays minus 112, Royals minus 104, over under 9, minus 110 each way. Jays minus 1/2 is plus 140, Royals plus 1/2 is minus 170. Kind of like the under. Now, Mariners Rangers at 8. Bryce Miller, John Gray. That makes more sense. Rangers minus 122, Mariners plus 104, over under 9, minus 110 each way. M's minus 1/2 is plus 180, Texas plus 1/2 is minus 220. Mariners favored on the run line. Rangers favored on the money line. I'm going to Mariners plus 104 outright. Last but not least, Padres Rockies. Matt Waldron for San Diego. We don't know about the Rockies. We do know the Padres are minus 172. The Rockies are plus 144. Nothing else is out yet. So if the total is higher than 10.5, I'm taking the under. Now we'll recap the soccer from yesterday and look ahead to today's soccer. It's not a lot because no busy games. All right, so EPL Arsenal over Chelsea 5-0. And then today we have 4 games. 2:45 Wolves, Bournemouth. I'm going to pull that up very quickly. There we go. Wolves plus 175, Bournemouth plus 145, draw plus 250. Tough one. I'm going to go with Bournemouth on the road plus 145. 3 o'clock, Crystal Palace, Newcastle. Crystal Palace plus 175, Newcastle plus 145, draw plus 270. Tough one. I'm going to go Newcastle plus 145. 3 o'clock, Everton, Liverpool. Liverpool minus 260, Everton 6-1, draw plus 460. We're going over 3.5 goals plus 132. And Man United, Sheffield United. Man United minus 320, Sheffield plus 650. The draw is 5-1. I'm going to go over 3.5 goals at minus 118. EFL Championship, Leicester over Southampton 5-0. Thought about Leicester for best bet, but I didn't go there yesterday, so best bet I ended up winning today, so that's good. 2:45 today, Coventry Hull. Just gonna pull it up really quickly. Coventry plus 175, Hull plus 195, draw plus 270. That's a tough one because Coventry hasn't played well lately. Coventry right now is in 8th. And it looks like the top 6 is going to be set in stone, and Hull is in 7th. I mean, Hull could conceivably get there, but it seems unlikely. So I'm going to go with Hull plus 195. I just think they're better. Coppa Italia, semifinals, Lazio over Juventus 2-1, but Juventus advances 3-2 on aggregate. And then today, 3 o'clock, you have Atalanta and Fiorentina. Atalanta minus 130, Fiorentina plus 320. The draw is plus 270. We are going under 2.5 goals at minus 108. All right, CONCACAF. America, Pachuca, 1-1 draw. And then, and by the way, it's first leg, and then the second of 2 semifinals, it's Columbus and Monterrey. Interesting matchup there. Columbus plus 140, Monterrey plus 170, draw plus 230. I'm going with the Columbus crew at plus 140. And then Dutch Eredivisie we have today as well. 2 games, 12:45 FC 20 and Almere City. FC 20 minus 120, Almere plus 950. The draw is plus 450. Under 2.5 goals plus 118. And 3 o'clock, Ajax and Exclazier. Ajax minus 470, Exclazier plus 850. The draw is 5-1. I'm going over 3.5 goals at minus 108. I'm just going to check the other leagues very quickly to see if we have any random oh wow, French League 1. Good thing I checked. So 1 o'clock, Lorient PSG. Lorient minus 310. I'm sorry, PSG's minus 310. Lorient's plus 650. Draw plus 440. I was just going to say Lorient minus 310. That doesn't make sense. Over 3.5 goals plus 130. 3 o'clock, Monaco Lille. Monaco plus 125. Lille 2-1. The draw's plus 250. Both teams are playing good ball right now. Monaco's in second, on its way to the Champions League next year. Lille is going to be qualifying where things stand right now. Maybe they jump Brest. Really good game. I have to go with the draw at plus 250. It's too close to call. So a really, 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 really good French League One game today. So that's a lot of fun. Okie dokie. What's next? American Idol. American Idol on a Wednesday show because we forgot to do it yesterday. So, top 12. It was Billboard night. Megan Trainor was the mentor. Abby Carter kicked it off with All Too Well by Taylor Swift. I thought that was a plain performance by her. Will Mosley performed Starting Over by Chris Stapleton. I thought he was pretty good. Jana Elise did her own rendition of Diamonds by Rihanna. Mia Matthews performed Over You by Miranda Lambert. She was good. Roman Collins did Roar by Katy Perry. He had an outstanding rendition to that. Jack Blocker performed Blinded by the Lights by The Weeknd. Emmy Russell performed Lose You to Love Me by Selena Gomez. I thought she had a beautiful performance. Tristan Harper performed Beautiful Crazy by Luke Combs. Excellent rendition to that song. And I gotta be honest, it had a wagon wheel tone to it. Or a wagon wheel kind of beat. Julia Gagnon performed Something in the Orange by Zach Bryan. I thought she was really good. And then the guest performer of the night was David Archuleta. He performed his new song called Hell Together. Cabrin went next and she performed Breaking Ball by Miley Cyrus. I think she did a nice job. Again, I thought that was plain. Her, Abby, and even McKenna Faith Breinholt performing Cardigan by Taylor Swift. I thought that was an interesting choice for her. But she did a decent job, even though she was sick again. Hopefully she's better next week. And then Kaiko performed Somebody That I Used to Know by Gatai featuring Kimbra. I thought Kaiko had the best performance of the night. Then I had Tristan and Julia, Roman, McKenna, Abby, Emmy, Cabrin, Mia, Will, Jana, Jack. And then your top 10. Abby, Emmy, Jack, Julia, Cabrin, McKenna, Mia, Kaiko, Will, Tristan. And then voted out Roman and Jana. So my big takeaway is that the last 4 contestants voted out were the 4 contestants that the judges saved a couple weeks ago. Or was it last week? Yeah, it was last Monday. Yeah. Because Jordan and Naya got voted out on Sunday night's episode. And then Roman and Jana got voted out on Monday night's episode. So that was my big takeaway. I mean, that's kind of a weird omen. But now we have our top 10. They're all really good. And on Sunday, Shania Twain will be the mentor. Just Sam's coming back to perform, which is really fun. And former winner Scotty McCreery will perform his new song. And then on Monday, it's Judge's Choice, which is my absolute favorite week of the season. It's that and Disney are my 2 favorites. So prediction for Sunday, just started out there. Someone's gonna sing "Man, I Feel Like a Woman," and I can't wait to see who it is. we'll do some predictions on the Friday show for sure for the episode. All right, Masked Singer. The return of Group B. That's exciting. So we only saw them in one episode, which was March 13th. It's been over a month since we seen these contestants. So we're gonna have a wild card in tonight's episode, which is gonna be fun. So it's gonna be Poodle Moth, Clock, Spaghetti and Meatballs. I know Spaghetti and Meatball went home, and then Lizard. Oh, wait. That was Group C that I just read off. That's my bad. Group B was Gumball, Miss Cleopatra, Afghan Hound, who went home, and Beats. I'm excited to see Beats, and then they're going to get a wild card, and then the bottom two do the SmackDown, and the loser goes home. Gumball was in the SmackDown when these two groups went at it on March 13th. When this group performed. So Gumball, I wrote down Lance Bass for my guess. Miss Cleopatra, I put down Whoopi Goldberg. And Beats. This is my favorite, or most looking forward to see who it is contestant of the season. I think Beats is Steve Martin and Martin Short. And I really, 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 really hope it's them. These two gentlemen are overdue to be on the show. They were obviously in Father of the Bride together. They did a lot of other movies together. And hopefully now they're on The Masked Singer together. And obviously they did Saturday Night Live together too. So, per circle, that Beats is indeed those two gentlemen. And I can't wait to see who Wildcard is. I think I'm going to predict that Wildcard is going to be a female contestant. And I think Wildcard sticks around, and maybe, I want to say SmackDown is Gumball again versus either the Wildcard or Beats. Because Cleopatra was good. So, gonna be an interesting episode. For sure. And then Survivor. Well, that's gonna be some show. Tonight. On CBS. So the immunity challenge was that the players held on to the pole using footholds for as long as they could, and if they touched the ground, they'd be eliminated. And the last player won immunity. And we know what happened with the rice. Nobody was willing to sit out for it. The winner of immunity was Hunter. And then Tribal was a disaster. Q asked to be voted out. And then he did a live Tribal. But Tevin was sent to the jury flushing his extra vote. Again, for the second Wednesday in a row, I don't remember who I had with the superlatives. And who's next to go. But I think Q has to be next. But right now, if I had to guess, I'd say Q goes home, Maria wins. Individual immunity, I'm going to guess Charlie. Because I think Charlie's due to make an impression in a positive manner on the show. All right, NFL mock draft. We have 2 more to do, today and tomorrow, on the show. So without further ado, here we go. Number 1, the Chicago Bears from the Carolina Panthers. Caleb Williams, quarterback, USC. We know it's going to be the pick. Let's move on to number 2. Commanders, I have Jaden Daniels, quarterback, LSU. It's looking more and more likely that this is going to be the pick. 3, New England Patriots, Drake May, quarterback, North Carolina. Pats can't overthink this. Sans the Giants and Vikings rumors that Peter Schrager's throwing out there. 4, the Arizona Cardinals, Marvin Harrison Jr., wide receiver, Ohio State. Cardinals don't overthink this. It has to be Harrison. 5, the Los Angeles Chargers, Joel, offensive tackle, Notre Dame. This is everybody's favorite spot for a trade for whomever to move up to take J.J. McCarthy or who the heck knows with these Giants-Vikes rumors. I mean, this is the Patriots taking J.J. McCarthy. They trade back and then trade up, or the Chargers stay at 5 and take Joel. Number 6, the New York Giants. Maybe this is going to be where New England picks J.J. McCarthy, but I have the Giants taking Malik Neighbors, the wideout from LSU. This should be the pick realistically, but we'll see with the rumors about the quarterback being true or not. Jordan Raanan of ESPN is also reporting it. 7, the Tennessee Titans. Talise Fuaga, offensive tackle, Oregon State. With all off the board, Fuaga is the possible pick here. He's strong, perfect plug-and-play player. 8, the Atlanta Falcons. Byron Murphy, the second defensive tackle, Texas. I think this would be a reach. I know this has been a popular mock pick lately. 9, the Chicago Bears. Rome Odunze, wide receiver, Washington. This would be a good pick for the Bears. Get Caleb Williams a weapon. 10, the New York Jets. Brock Bowers, tight end, Georgia. Aaron Rodgers gets a weapon here to go with Garrett Wilson. 11, the Minnesota Vikings. J.J. McCarthy, quarterback, Michigan. Like I said, this is the obvious trade-up team for McCarthy. 12, the Denver Broncos. Michael Penix Jr., quarterback, Washington. Again, this is the unknown team. We are hearing so much different stuff with the Broncos. To me, they're the biggest unknown. 13, the Las Vegas Raiders. J.C. Latham, offensive tackle, Alabama. So Raiders go tackle over quarterback here, which is interesting. Latham's a good player, but the question is it the right pick? 14, New Orleans Saints. Olamoya Fashanu, offensive tackle, Penn State. Saints taking a tackle at 14 feels like a lock. It's like minus 460 on FanDuel. 15, the Indianapolis Colts. Terrion Arnold, cornerback, Alabama. Good pick for Indy here. Although there's a lot of rumors about moving up for a receiver or tight end. But let's be honest. The Colts need more help on defense than offense. 16, the Seattle Seahawks. Troy Fatano, interior offensive line, Washington. This would be a good pick, too. They need help on the interior of the line with the free agent departures. 17, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Quinyon Mitchell, cornerback, Toledo. Good pick for the Jags. They have the need in the secondary. 18, the Cincinnati Bengals. Brian Thomas, junior wide receiver, LSU. This is a obvious we're moving on from T. Higgins pick if this happens. 19, Los Angeles Rams. Dallas Turner, edge rusher, Alabama. This would be such a big steal. Dallas Turner was slated to go in the late single digits, early double digits, early teens. 20, Pittsburgh Steelers. Amarius Mims, offensive tackle, Georgia. The former Georgia teammates, of course, would be reunited in this scenario. And it makes sense for the Steelers to take Mims. 21, the Miami Dolphins. Jackson Powers Johnson, interior offensive line, Oregon. This pick makes sense too. No more Connor Williams or Robert Hunt, so they get a replacement there. 22, the Philadelphia Eagles. Nate Wiggins, cornerback, Clemson. This would be a good pick for them. They have a need in the secondary. 23, the Minnesota Vikings from the Houston Texans via the Cleveland Browns. Laitu Latu, edge rusher to UCLA. Latu's draft spot is all over the map. I think he's the hardest player to predict where he's going to land. But say the Vikes were to keep this pick, it would be a good pick because they need to replace Danielle Hunter. 24 to Dallas Cowboys. Tyler Guyton, offensive tackle, Oklahoma. I mean, they also need to replace a free agent departure, Tyron Smith. So there you go with Tyler Guyton. And then you have Tyler Guyton and Tyler Smith. 25, the Green Bay Packers. Cooper DeJuan, cornerback, Iowa. Good pick for the Packers. Jared Alexander's future very rocky right now. Maybe that's an overstatement, but it's not great. His future at the Packers. 26, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Chop Robinson, defensive end, Penn State. Shaq Barrett leaves, and there's another free agent departure, and Chop Robinson comes in and replaces that, or helps. 27, the Arizona Cardinals from the Houston Texans. Jared Verse, edge rush, Florida State. This would be a huge steal for the Cards. They have a need on their pass rush, and Verse is somebody that should go in the late teens, maybe early 20s. 28, the Buffalo Bills. Jerzon Newton, defensive tackle, Illinois. Here's a curveball pick with a long-term approach with Newton. Versatile player. Good size and technique. 29, the Detroit Lions. Khalid McKinstry, cornerback, Alabama. This would be a good pick. Arguably a steal. Also have a need in the secondary. 30, the Baltimore Ravens. Darius Robinson, edge rusher, Missouri. This is another curveball pick with Robinson. Good athlete. 31, the San Francisco 49ers. Graham Barton, interior offensive line, Duke. Really good pick for the Niners. Probably a steal. They need some long-term solutions outside of Trent Williams. And then 32, the Kansas City Chiefs. Ladd McConkey, wide receiver, Georgia. Is there going to be a wide receiver or a corner here? But you can make a case they're better receivers than McConkey that Kansas City should pursue here. So there you have it for the mock. Now up will be the news and notes. So U.S. will play Costa Rica in last game before the Olympics on July 16th. Talked about it in the mock draft segment. The Vikings and the Giants are linked to. I trade up to get Drake May at 3rd overall. Commanders are trying. Our teams are trying to move up for a quarterback and being told Washington isn't selling. Thatcher Demko out for Game 2 against the Preds last night and could be out for the rest of the series, which would be brutal for Vancouver. Caitlin Clark to get an 8-year, $28 million Nike contract. So that's amazing. Lorenzo Kaysen goes from FAU to Michigan following Dusty May. Ugana Oneso enters the portal after declaring for the draft. Haley Van Lith denies report that she's transferring to TCU. Ooh. Jaden Quintons is not following Calipari to Arkansas, so that's interesting. Nebraska Omaha Frankie Fiddler transfers to Michigan State, so that's a big get for Tom Izzo and company. RJ Davis returning to UNC for his 5th season. A big MLS move. Oliver Giroud. Going from Milan to LAFC. So a big-time international soccer player coming to the MLS. The L2M confirms that there's a foul on Jalen Brunson. as he touched Tyrese Maxey. Report also states that Nick Nurse should have been granted a timeout before a crucial turnover. Well, like I said on yesterday's show, there was a lot of missed calls in this game on both sides. And listen, part of me thinks that had the Knicks lost the game, they would have potentially filed a protest too. But the Sixers firmly believe that the refs single-handedly cost them the game. They're just, like I said yesterday, full of excuses. Joel Embiid says that the DiVincenzo shot was worse than Kawhi's Game 7 buzzer beater in Toronto, which is crazy. Saints GM Mickey Lunis says that nobody on the roster is untouchable. Wow. Interesting. The Rangers signed Johnny Cueto to a minor league deal. Kawhi Leonard came back last night against the Mavs. A Zion return is realistic as he has a chance to come back from hamstring injury in the playoffs. I'll tell you what, I don't think we'll see him again because I don't think they're beating OKC. New Balance signs Marvin Harrison Jr. to a multi-year deal for footwear and apparel. The Patriots have laughable offers for the number 3 pick as they're not budgeting on current trade offers. Peyton Manning confirms that the Broncos are very interested in J.J. McCarthy. Ooh, love to see that. The Cardinals are waiting to trade the number 4 pick, but won't trade it until on the clock. But here's the thing if you're the Cardinals. If you trade it, you better somehow still find a way to get MHJ. Magic Johnson had a viral post after the Lakers' loss against the Nuggets 2 nights ago. Bad news for the Cubs. Cody Bellinger exited the game after colliding with the center field wall and has a rib contusion. Yikes. Red Sox first baseman Tristan Casas will be out for a while as he fractured his rib. Not great for Boston. Our first award was announced. Tyrese Maxey, Most Improved Award. Career high in points, rebounds, and assists this year. Which, listen, everyone knew that he was winning that award because he got more shots and more opportunity after the Sixers traded James Harden. But that doesn't mean he should have won that award. To me, Most Improved goes to the guy that usually breaks out of nowhere. Like Kobe White, who I think should have won this award. He only finished 14 points back of Maxey. Alperen Sengun came in third. Jalen Williams of OKC fourth. Jalen Brunson of the Knicks fifth. Danny Avdija of Washington sixth. Then Cam Thomas, Jalen Suggs, Tyrese Halliburton, Grayson Allen, Duncan Robinson, Devin Vassell, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Aaron Nesmith of the Pacers. So that is your ballot for Most Improved. Anthony Edwards says that him and Karl Anthony Towns are the best duo in the league. Oof, I disagree respectfully. Love you, Ant, but I'm not a Towns super fan. We'll put it that way. They're better duos than you guys. Maybe even the team you're playing against might have a better duo in Durant and Booker. Luka and Kyrie, maybe, if you play them. Jokic and Murray. I mean, pick your poison with Kawhi and Paul George or Kawhi and Harden. LeBron and Anthony Davis is probably the best one in the West. And in the East, you have Jalen and Jason Tatum. Them versus Embiid and Maxey are interesting. Butler and Bam. And dare I say, Brunson and Randall versus Ant and Cat is interesting. Because like I said, I'm not the biggest Towns person. Alright, so there you have it for news and notes. Last but not least, my best bet of the day, brought to you by FanDuel. So there's a couple of nominees. There's a lot of baseball unders that I really like. I'm going to lay a 20th of a unit on the under the Brewers-Pirates game. That is extremely low. Extremely high. Both of those pitchers have pitched well this year. Bryce Wilson and the Pirates starter, Josh Fleming. So I'm going to go a 20th of a unit on under 9 and -110 between the Brewers and the Pirates for my best bet of the day. So there you have it for the show. I'll be back tomorrow with a big show, and then obviously tonight I'll be doing the draft stuff, so keep an eye out for that as well. Hope you guys have a great day, everybody.